Samurai 101 wants to know if you still keep in contact with Bob Backlund, who I think that was a pretty entertaining angle that you did with him.
Yeah, see, the thing is, a lot of fans will say, "Oh, WWE put it on you," but they didn't. It was actually my idea. Um, I had done autograph signings with Bob Backlund. He likes to stand up and do his signings. I like to stand up and do my signings. And with tag teams don't last forever. So I knew once I was done teaming with Titus, I wanted to have like a manager type of life coach, and I thought of Bob Backlund. So what I did was I kind of took the idea from Mike Tyson and his former trainer Cuss, and because they were like strange bedfellows, and that's how Bob Backlund and I were. We were really cool anytime we did signings and anytime we saw each other. And when I wrote out the storyline and had visuals, I proposed it to Vince McMahon. And I always say the most intimidating thing about Vince McMahon is his office door. Once you get through his office door and have a game plan, the sky's the limit. And that's something I learned from Titus. Titus learned the wrestling from me, but I learned from Titus that closed mouths don't get fed. Sometimes you just got to bust down the door and just say, "Hey, boss, we ain't on Raw. What you got for us, And then that's when we started doing stuff with the WWE's app when it first came out. We were always on the app, always on the app. And we got the app on the map, because we were just so if so proactive. If we're not doing anything live on Raw, well, let's do stuff on the app because, again, social media is like a second job. So that's something I learned from Titus to just, bust down the door. So once it was all said and done and him and I were done teaming, I proposed these ideas to Vince McMahon. And I remember it like it was yesterday. We were in his office once I got through the door. We talked for 20 minutes about the storyline, but we also talked about yoga because he asked me, "Darren, how do you get such a big barrel chest?" And I said, "Yoga." And he was like, "Really?" And I told him that, yoga kind of fixes your posture. A lot of times we can be sunken in like that, but yoga kind of fixes everything. And that's how my chest appears bigger. So he was very intrigued by what I was saying, but I was serious. I was looking at him right in the eye because I had a game plan to give him this storyline, and he loved it. And he contacted Bob Backlund personally, and we started running with it. It's just unfortunate that the people that work under him didn't have my back. I say I did my thing as a group with the Nexus. I did my thing as a tag team wrestler with Titus O'Neil. Now I was finally my last major feud in WWE was against The Miz, and I was finally getting over as a babyface. It's just unfortunate that the people that were under Vince McMahon didn't have my back, And I love doing the throwbacks and the flashbacks of the people erupting when I look at Bob and I signal for the crossface chicken wing. Yeah, yeah. And then I put it on him, The Miz, and then he tapped out the SmackDown leading up to Battleground for the Intercontinental Championship, and the place erupted, man. It was such an awesome feeling. Again, it's just unfortunate the people that work under Vince McMahon didn't have my back. And then once Battleground hit with The Miz and I was told by Triple H that I couldn't use the cross-face chicken wing, Bob Backlund's hold, because it was a dangerous hold. And I said, I'm not going to hurt anyone with it. And he said, well, try putting it on Randy Orton because Randy Orton has bad shoulders. I said, I'm not going to hurt anyone with the cross-face chicken wing. So he suggested that I do the Cobra Clutch. And I was devastated. I said, if I wanted Sergeant Slaughter as my life coach, I would have had Sergeant Slaughter. So he told me I couldn't use a crossface chicken wing. I could only use the Cobra Clutch. So I think the finish was thrown out with The Miz and I because I put the Cobra Clutch on the outside. I didn't let go. It was just like a whatever finish, So I was devastated. And then come to find out weeks later, and Miz has said that he didn't watch NXT, but that one particular week he watched NXT and he has saw that Asuka was using the Asuka lock, which was a version of the crossface chicken wing. So I was devastated. I'm like, oh man, come on, give a dog a bone. But hey, I can't cry over spilled milk, man.
Did you travel on the road with Bob Backlund when you guys were doing that angle together? And if yes, what was he like day to day? Because we see the Mr. Backlund kind of scary side. Is that a part of his personality?
No, absolutely. He is a sweetheart. And he's one guy that will tell you that out of all the people that he's worked out with, I'm the only one that has been able to keep up with his workouts. And that means a lot because I pride myself on conditioning. I'm like on WWE roster, I'm one of the top conditioned people when it comes to like squats and all that other type of conditioning. But yeah, Bob said I could keep up with him, but he was a sweetheart to travel with. There was a time when we first started traveling together, he wanted to drive by himself. I said, Bob, please just ride with Titus and I. He's got the hookup, so he started riding with us and he liked it. He liked my driving. I did all the driving, and I would ask him, "Hey, Bob," because he was sitting in the back seat, like right in the middle, like right in the. He wouldn't sit. He would just his head would be right here, and I would be driving, and I'll be right down the middle. And that's what he would say. I'd be like, "Bob, how's my driving?" Oh, right down the middle. So, yeah, he was great, and I even got close to his daughter, who we communicate on social media. So yeah, Bob's a great guy. He's a great guy. And it's funny, we talk every couple months, we talk, and it's always like for 30 minutes. Once the 30-minute mark hits, he's like, all right, I gotta go. All right, bye. And he just hangs up so abruptly. It's funny. It's like he's timing it like a match, like a 30-minute Ironman match.
And I know he takes CBD now too, which I find pretty interesting. Are you the one that got him onto that?
No way, he does?
There was a news report about Bob Backlund being a proponent of CBD.
Really? I wonder who convinced him. Wait, who said that?
I actually watched it with my own eyes in whatever town he lives in. It was a local news report that did a story on him talking about the benefits of CBD.
Wow, I did not know that. Well, Bob is like, I think he has a Twitter. But he's not big into social media. For some reason, like he would never answer the phone for anybody except for me when like we were traveling, and like they would always like WWE would say, get a hold of Bob, but he would somehow always answer for me. I don't know, but yeah, he's not he's not up to date with the technology still. But I remember traveling with him, and we would get to the buildings early because I have a habit of if the wrestlers have to be there at 7, for example, I would get there probably like 5:30 because I just have to get to the arena early to get my spot in the locker room. I just have to. I'm OCD like that. I have to get there early, stretch out, get to the ring. And there would be times when Bob and I would start rolling around in the ring, and he would legit try to choke me out. Like he was like and if I didn't drop my chin, he would probably choke me out. So he would get fired up. And another thing I loved about Bob was when it came to like doing the promo segments, sometimes rehearsals you have to do it over and over again to make sure you get it right. But Bob is 80s, man, one take and that's it. So it was difficult, I guess, maybe with the writers, because writers would be like, oh, Bob, can you do it this way? And Bob goes from 0 to 100, real quick. And Bob would say, I got one take. And I loved it because one take and that's it. We don't have to sit there and do it 10, 11, 12 times. One take, Bob.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.